I feel like this big hair bitch today. This big blonde bimbo, like curvy, big blonde bimbo. Oh my God, I'm just laughing at myself, like seriously. No comment. Happy spring to you. Happy spring to you. If you are in Australia, it is now spring. Today is the 2nd of September. Woo! I am so excited. I love spring. I love September. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Rechelle Mackay and I am your, not host, I am your YouTube host. Oh my goodness me. How are you? How has your August been? Leave a comment below and tell me how your August was. I want to know how your bloody August was. Mine was all over the place. I had some highs, some lows, some cries, some laughs, some craziness. But August was good. We're here now, we're in spring, so it's time to bloom. It's time for us to start that new thing. Now, if you're over the other side of the world, I am assuming you are going into winter. So you're going to herminate, you're going to go through all those things that you need to go through, or just take a step back and rest and rejuvenate and get yourself back into whatever it is that you need to do for yourself. So I'm going to let you choose a card and I'll be back. Okay. So I'm going to shuffle the cards in front of you after my little wildness. So I'm using a new deck today. And there'll be a screenshot up for you to also feel into it too as well. Now when you're choosing a card, just close your eyes. Like right now, close your eyes and there comes one right now. Just close your eyes and just imagine what it is that you want to know or have clarity around or guidance around, or you just want a flat out point blank answer. Sometimes we don't get those point blank answers though. Just close your eyes and just choose in your mind the card instead of the logic, the eyes. So we're going to do 3 today. Okay. And I'm just going to, so the first one flew out big time. Whoop, and that one wants to come too. Okay, so the deck I am using today is a new deck, as I said. It's from Sonia Choquette, that's her name, and it's called the Divine Energy Oracle. That's what it's called. And I'm also going to do a little thing as well that I want it to be around the whole of. This is a really, really old book. This is like 20 years old, this book, and it's helped me a lot in my own personal life. So I wanted to, so more around meditation. So like what's coming through, what's the energy, and then meditate on it. So I felt a real strong call to get this little old book out and add this to the reading. So I'm going to give you my whole spin on that at the end of the reading as a little surprise for you. So it's like a whole energetic feel of what I feel collectively is happening for each of my my viewers that are watching this video. So that's that. And also too, I've got a little bonus that is going to be done as well. And I haven't seen the other 2 cards, but I did briefly just see the number 1 card. It is from my own personal deck that I had the beautiful Trisha Picks, my photographer. She helps me with my business branding and stuff. She created this deck for me. So basically it's like a deck of my own things that I've went through in my own personal life, and I can tell my story to you through that card. So yeah, so basically each card has a representation of what I've what my own personal stories have been, and basically then I'm going to interpret that to you, because this card is for each and every one of you. I'm going to do it at the end, but There will be a time code down the bottom, but if you don't want to watch the other two cards, if you didn't choose those. And then, of course, the little book called Acts of Faith, right? So I'm going to do those both at the end. So I won't tell you what those are, and I'll just show you. Like I'm probably going to do one card from this deck, from my own personal deck, at each reading that I do every week. I wasn't going to use them on my YouTube channel. I was going to keep it special for my Facebook group, but I feel you are all very special here that are watching me, and you've supported me, and I want to give this to you because this is my, as I said, I'm very connected to these cards because it's my own personal experiences and stories. So I know they're going to resonate strongly with you because of the connection that they have with myself. So I can interpret the message really, really organically and authentically too as well. So it'd be super duper clear. Even though I feel clear with what the messages that I get, but interpretation comes through stronger when you've had your own experience and you're really connected to something. When you're connected to something, you can, it just really rhymes not a tale, like the story really just flows off my mouth and just comes out. So that is what I'm going to be doing each week for you. So yeah, I'm excited to bring that to you. That's a little bag she made me, and yeah, how bloody exciting is that, huh? Super excited. Okay, so it's got some beautiful energy to it as well. So it's going to be, I'm going to be giving you that energy every week as well, which I find very special for yous. All right, I'm going to do another little tiny little thing for you to just sort of get a feel. So remember, you just close your eyes when you choose a card, and don't look at the cards, just close your eyes and ask whoever you want to ask, universe, God, Buddha, whoever, your loved ones, to give you guidance this week on what card to choose that is best for you. So here's the cards. So here's the cards for you. So just taking all these beautiful crystals too. We've got rose quartz here. And we've got goldstone there. That's a beautiful abundant stone. Stunning. So I'm going to put that there with this one. And I'm going to put rose quartz with the middle two cards. That's number 1. That's number 2. And this is number 3. And I'm going to do, clear quartz right here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So there's the beautiful messages. Right, so just choose your card. Okay, card chooses number 1. Okay, it's really interesting. So these cards are, the card, as I said, the new deck I'm using, they're just, as you can see, they're all just like very few words, which is really good because when you're intuitive, you go with, there's only one message. You've got no pictures. You just basically tune into what you feel is the message. So there's sort of like no distraction. You're sort of just getting everything really intuitive as to what's coming through. So the card that you got, so the crystal you got was, as I said in the previous clip, what is it, goldstone? I think it's goldstone. Don't quote me on it. I'll put it down the bottom in the comments. I think it is goldstone. Absolutely gorgeous it is. And the card you got says, become a clear channel. So what I'm getting really strongly for you is it's time for you to do some inner work and come back to your spiritual self. Now, if you've never been on a spiritual journey before, or you don't call yourself spiritual, we're all spiritual. We're not human only. We are also a spiritual being as well. And that's one of the things that in my journey of spirituality is, there's people that are open, there's people that are closed, and there's people that are open to, go and explore what this is all about, as in living a spiritual life, whatever that looks like for you. So, and just so you know, for you, this card means that, just so you know, being spiritual is about how you see it or how you live it. It's not how anyone else lives it. So when I say to you, you need to go on a spiritual journey, right? It's your journey. What do you need to do and journey through your spirituality within yourself? Like your human, not your human self, your spiritual self. So that self that feels things, right? That doesn't see things with the logic. This is what I'm getting for you. that it's almost like you're willing to explore. You are a little bit scared. And the message I get for you is don't just stay open in this new way of living. So if it is that you just want to be a clear, like the card says, you want to be a clear, become a clear channel. To become a clear channel, we just have to remain open and not be almost like closed off to what if or maybe, and maybe I could understand that a little bit more, or maybe I need to discover what that's all about, instead of just going, I don't believe in any of that shit, don't believe in that cause wobble, it's all crap. So for you, it's about just allowing to explore those things, allowing yourself to just be open to it. And you don't have to make a decision about it. You don't have to understand it. So I feel like you're very logic too. And if you aren't a logic person, you say, no, I'm not a logic person. Or maybe you've been logic in the last few weeks or the last few months or even just this year. So I'd say to you, you need to drop that guard and stop being so logic about things and come back to your spiritual being, which is the part of you that's not visible. The part of you that is different to the human body. We all understand the human body and all the things and the logic stuff, but for you, it's about really becoming a clear channel so that you can really start to view and see what's right for you on a whole other level, not a level of I don't want to say ego, but of the logic. There's just way too much logic with you at the moment, and I feel like you need to just take a step back and go, okay, that's my my ego and my human body wants to see things that way, but then you've got your spiritual being body that wants to be a clear channel and just be open to receive and allow things to be not known, not understand, not have the encyclopedia about the things that you want to journey on in your life. Does that make sense? So become a clear channel. So I'm just going to read a little bit out of the book for you. That's what I got intuitively for you. But out of the book, it's really beautiful. Like, it's really beautiful book. Really, sorry, beautiful deck. It's a beautiful book. Beautiful, like, they're really straight to the point, which I think is really good, because especially when you, so you probably, if you're a person that's actually, I want to say this to you, if you don't know what deck to get, or you're not really a person that buys decks, buy this deck, because it's really easy. Like, it's really easy and straight down the line. There's not, I'm just trying to find the page. Here we go. I'll have to look in the little index at the front. Excuse me. Where is it here? Become a clear channel. Number 10. Okay. Sorry. Become a clear channel. Sorry. The best way to live magically empowered life is to become a clear channel for the divine energy to flow. Are you allowing your divine energy to flow through you, or are you channeling the muck and the dirbus of the world? So the drama, the logic side of things, that's how I would look at that. You can begin to clear your spiritual channel. I didn't even look at this book. By doing some mental and physical housekeeping. Are you buried in the unnecessary stuff? So the stuff that really doesn't matter, like, tomorrow, is it really going to matter? Time to clear that out. Are you confused in an area of your life? Question mark. Are you confused? So sometimes the logic body hasn't always got the answers, because there's no logic answer always to things, is there? We can have a logic answer, but they ain't always logic answers. Sometimes we just have to take that risk, or we have to allow what needs to happen. Yeah? Are you avoiding what seems difficult only to allow it to worsen through neglect? Sorry, oh God, I can't see. Stop procrastinating. Are you absorbing the unhealthy energies of others instead of directing your power to set and serve your own goals? It's time to set a stronger energetic boundary. And I'll go over that in a minute, just so I remember. Oh, I will go over that now, actually, so I don't forget. So protecting your own energy is putting up boundaries and sticking to your boundaries. So saying no. Saying no. Say no when you need to say no. Because if you ain't saying no and you need to say no, or you want to say no, or you're scared to say no, that is not a boundary, and that is basically causing energy back to you that's not for you, because you don't really want to do it. So you need to say no. So create those energetic boundaries. You needed to hear that. Your divine energy is calling you to recognize and sweep away the mental dirbus, confusion, physical and psychic clutter, and the self-undoing that's preventing you from being the receptive, clear channel for the divine energy, like that spiritual self so that you're designed to be. Okay, so yeah, so I don't want to read the divine. It just basically says take an honest inventory of all the clogs, your life, body, and mind and spirit. So, you know, the thing is, sometimes we aren't honest enough with ourselves, where we tend to go around things. But when we're in our spiritual body, like we're doing things that's really allowing our spiritual body to help open up, which is, meditation, being by ourselves, no distractions, no electronics, no iPhones, because we're in a world where we live where that's always around us. Those things are going to help us to open up, and that'll help us to be honest with ourselves, because when we're by ourselves and we're in that state, like a meditative state or just a state where you're by yourself, you get honest with yourself because you feel, right? So what I said at the beginning, when you're in your spiritual body, you're connected to your spiritual self, whatever that is. You're being fully honest with yourself, even if you may not want to hear it, because the logic, it basically filters what it wants to feel. It tells you what you want to hear, or it'll tell you most times, I believe, well, I know for me, my own personal world, like sometimes it can convince us out of stuff, or it can make us believe stuff. So our human body has all of the past experiences that you've been through to date. That, and I know this is a long reading, but obviously this message needs to come through for you for card choosers number 1. But your human body has had life experience, right? It has beliefs, it has values, it's had heartbreak, it's had celebration. So all those things in that box are reflective of what you choose in your future, whereas your spiritual body doesn't take any of that into consideration. You just feel what you need. You just feel what you need to know. See the difference? Even when I'm slowing down as I'm saying that to you, but it has a whole other vibration. Whereas when we're in that logic, human body state, we have all those things that as human beings, we take on. So I really hope you've loved that message. That was a long message for you, but yeah, becoming a clear channel, it's time for you to come back to your spiritual self. Yeah. Or take a journey on the ride. If you're not into spirituality, you say, I'm not spiritual. We all are. We're all a spiritual being. Every single one of us. And it's whatever that looks like for you, not for anybody else. So that's your message. Card chooses number 2. It's interesting. If you chose card number 2, the message around this one, like my card, like from my own personal deck, that is actually going to be really good for you, that message in that, because this is pretty much exactly that. Well, different but same. We'll see what the book says as well too. So seek hidden treasure. What have you been hiding to the world? What have you been not unlocking in yourself, as in that you've always wanted to do, but you're scared to do, that you are afraid of being judged, that there's this hidden thing inside of you and you want it to elope and you want to become that person, or you want to make that big decision? This is a pretty big thing. And I feel like for you, this is something that you've already known for quite some time, but you've hid it. And there's like this gorgeous gift and treasure, but you haven't had that belief in yourself or faith in yourself to show the world whatever that is. It might just be that you want to be a sewer, or you might want to be a snowboarder. But there's like this hidden thing inside of you that is craving to do this thing, but you're so scared for some reason. And I want to say to you, seek whatever it is that you need to do to make that happen. And if it's small steps, just take the small steps to get there, because this thing that is hidden inside of you is a gift. Like, it's a hidden treasure. So when we say the word treasure, it's like a treasure box. It's like this thing that's got all these gorgeous crystals and pearls, and it's full of treasure. So, not literally, but I'm just trying to use your imagination. Like, if we think of treasure, we think of a big treasure box, and it's got like all these glorious, amazing, beautiful things in it. And so that treasure, when you bring that out, that your soul has been seeking to bring out, Holy smoke and dooly. Life is going to change in a 360 term for you. Now, if it's something you're going, yeah, but how can I, where do I start? You just start, right? That's it. You just start. Anything you want to do in your life that you're fearful of, we've just got to start. We can put things off for the rest of our life. Some people go along all their life and never do those things because they're so freaking frightened to do it, or they're fearful of others judging them, or they're just fearful of giving it a go because it might fail or whatever it is. But honestly, this card has come to you to tell you, and we're going, if you're in Australia, and it doesn't matter if you're not in Australia or not, it's a treasure for you. And we're going into spring and it's like blooming. It's time for you to explore that thing. You know, it might be less money. I just felt that then, like it might be, and my ears are really ringing just then too as well. So that tells me if my ears are ringing, my ears are telling me that you're listening to too many other people. You're listening to too many other opinions. It's not about other people's opinions. Yes, and I'm a person, I always get people's opinions personally myself. But I've learned as I've gotten older, why are we doing that? Because we're seeking people's opinions for approval of that thing. And really when you know what's right for you, you know. It's okay to ask people, but not to the nitty gritty, or don't. If that person disagrees with what you're trying to do, still go with what you want to do, because it doesn't matter if they disagree. That's not a bad thing, because everybody's different, right? So, and my ears are ringing badly. So stop listening to others. Or it could also be a message, listen to yourself more. You know, listen to yourself about that treasure. Listen to yourself about that hidden thing that you seek to bring into the world. And I'll talk more about the bonus one at the end, but that's what I got really strongly for you. And I'm just going to quickly see what the card says the card says in the book. So in what area of your life could you be taking things at face value? So it's got a bit of a different perception, but you might resonate more with this message. What could you be guilty of missing something deeper, or being told that you don't get it? So you don't get what that, hang on, so where could you be guilty of missing something deeper, or being told that you don't get it? Don't know what that bit means. Anyway, you've got that message. I'm not going into that. So slow down, don't jump to conclusions before fully studying the situation. This is interesting. It's very different to what I was getting, but I wanted to read this to you anyway. Slow down, don't jump to conclusions, yep. Avoid being too quick to evaluate what is going on, right? And there is more than that meets the eye. Your divine energy is calling you to slow down and take a deeper look at the present situation, overcome your tendency to judge too quickly. This is interesting, and miss what's really true. Beyond the surface of life lies hidden treasure. You will only see clearly if you observe with an open heart and open mind, which we talked about in the previous card. And really, that's it. So take the time, study the facts fully, and listen deeply from your heart, and look for the connecting rather than separating factors when evaluating others and your place in their life. That's your message. I mean, there was two different energies of the reading that I just gave you then, one from me and one from the card. But maybe my message didn't really resonate, but that's what I got then. So I hope you loved it. Okie dokie. No, I'm just being stupid. Card chooses number 3. Before I went into this reading, I'll tell you a little something. I got forgive. I heard the word forgive, and I thought, I bet you there's some card about forgive. Yes, and the third card is about forgiving and forgetting. And it's interesting. Whenever I'm doing a reading, my body language tells me the story of what's happening. And as you can see, I've got my hands on my knees. So it's like, I want to say to you, you've got to cut down that wall and stop having so much strength around this, as in a wall. Let that warrior down, because it's not helping you by not forgiving and forgetting. And even though there's hurt and there's wounds, and what has happened, whether it's just recently or in the distant past, it's almost like I want to say to you that it's weighing you down. And that's why I felt like I just wanted to get up onto my legs like this and go, you need to stop. because if you don't, it's going to affect you in every day, in every part of your life. Because we all know, and I'm not saying that you have to have these people back in your life, but if you choose to do that, great. That's great that you can come to that. But forgiveness, you can still connect, and it might be someone that's passed. It might not be someone that's in this world, and it might be one of your friends or a lover that you had a relationship with someone. But having that wall up to the pain, to the story. I'm not saying the story ain't true. There's nothing. It's not about the story. It's about you. It's about the health of you, and what I mean by that, energetically. Like, it's going to affect you if you don't forgive and forget. And you can stay strong, and you can go, no, I'm not going to forgive. I'm not getting over that shit. Like, they fucked up, whatever. You better beep that out. But at the end of the day, who's it helping? Because it does affect us energetically when we have that, that real strong soldier type attitude. I'm not saying in life we don't have to have that, but this message is for you, right? You chose this card, and it is forgive and forget. So that wall needs to be broken down for you to move forward. So it might be love. And if you want to have another love in your life, you have to forgive and forget what went on. You can't carry on into the next relationship thinking that ain't going to be carried forward if you haven't got rid of the forgiveness, if you haven't forgiven that thing that happened in your world. Because we carry forward everything. As humans, right, we carry forward everything. Everything that we've been through, as I was just saying previously, is in our system, in our aura. And so the more you work through these spiritual things, I like to say, the more you come another place. You come to this other space because you're not carrying forward all that junk, that bag full of shit that's going to affect you moving forward. And it can just be in your everyday life. Say a lover hurt you and done the wrong thing by you. Well, then, it could be that your boss does the same thing again to you. You will go through the same lessons until you learn. And everyone fucks up. Beep. Everyone does, everyone makes mistakes. Humans make mistakes. That's just a part of life. And again, I want to say to you, you don't have to have that back in your life. I'm not, for one moment, that's not my message to you. My message is you have to forgive for the energy back to yourself, for the good energy back to yourself, to wake up every day and feel that vibrance, that energy, that contagious energy that just oozes through you, and you haven't got that chip on your shoulder. You haven't got that strength going, I'm not letting no one in. I'm strong. Nah, don't come near me. My heart's broken or been broken. You can tell those type of people, right? And I know you don't want to be that person either. That's what I just felt really strong. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be a person that holds on to shit. And I'm not saying we have to not process through stuff. Sometimes it takes time for us to get to that place. Yeah, I totally agree. But we've got to say, okay, right now, this is where I'm at, and I want to forgive whenever that is. And I'm willing. I'm willing to forgive. And I don't really like the word in this card, like forget, because it's like, how do we ever forget stuff? Because we're humans. But in this message is saying for us to move through that, we pretty much have to go, okay, accept it. That's what happened. We all make mistakes. And I have to move forward from this for my own well-being, for my own health. And I'm talking your energy health. Like, it does, whether you want to hear it or not, it affects us when we don't let go and forgive. That is the bottom line. So I'm going to read the card to you, what it says in the book. So this is what it says. And again, the previous card, it was very different. So hopefully the message is the same. If not, it's a different message for you. Okay, so are you feeling wounded from betrayals in the recent or distant past? Are you walled off from others on a deep and intimate level as a means of self-protection? So that's what I was saying. Sit there. I'm going to protect myself. No one's going to come in my barrier. I've got this wall up. I'm guarded. I'm guarded, and don't come near me. The wall's up, right? Do you insist that you need nothing and are completely independent? Meaning, I don't need them. I don't need that shit in my life. Stuff that. I'm not going to let them in. That type of thing. Well, get ready for a change. So it says, life is now shifting in such a way that you must open up and connect more intimately with others in order to move forward, right? So on a soul level, all present struggles point to the fact that it's time to knock down the barriers that keep you from fully receiving the support of others. I'm going to say spirit energy. I don't like to say divine energy. Divine energy, spirit energy is calling you to find enough self-esteem and self-love within to accept help from others. That's interesting. So are you a person that doesn't like to accept help and you say, I'm going to get through this, I'll fix it? So I would say to you, accept the help. Like if people are willing to help you through something, let it be. You know, there's nothing better than a relationship connection and having people help us and feeling supported. There's nothing better. Like human connection is amazing. And begin by forgiving and forgetting all that has hurt you in the past and caused you to doubt your lovability. Acknowledge that hurt and disappointment are inevitable parts of our human learning experience. I've come to that in life, my own personal self. You know, it's inevitable. We're going to go through pain. Like I always say, life isn't about unicorn and rainbows. It ain't all about that. We have our highs, we have our lows, we have our hard times, we have our biggest of challenges, then we have our biggest of celebrations and the most amazing times, and we're all as humans craving pleasure in our life, you know, through love and whatever it is that you love to do. But these things here, these things that we've got to forgive and forget are the things that make us stronger. They're the things that build us up and give us strength in a good way, right? So no matter how painful, the real injury was not that someone didn't cherish you, but that someone failed to love you. And that's fine. And just accept that humans make mistakes. Divine energy within forgives them. So divine energy, that's your spiritual being, wants to forgive. Whereas your human body's giving you all the reasons why you shouldn't because, you know, they done this, they done that, he done this, she done this. So, but your spiritual body wants you to let go. So that was a ripper, that message for you. I hope it resonated. Okay, here we go. Here comes my little card that is from my own personal deck, a special gift for you. So this is a little bonus for you. As I said, I'm adding some little bits and pieces. It's a longer reading today, but this is what's coming through me. So this card says potential. Potential. What do we got? Unlock your full potential. So as you can see, it's like a keyhole. And as I said at the beginning of the reading that, you know, this card here I want to do once a week with you, just one card. And I want it to be a whole energy, collective energy for you of what this card is. So I feel like all the viewers that are watching this video and are drawn to this channel, my channel, you haven't unlocked your full potential. It's like and I'm talking to you, whoever's watching this right now, right? So we're talking to the viewers right now. So for September, you haven't unlocked your full potential. It's time for you to get that key and unlock that door and have a go. Regardless of fear, regardless of money, right? You'll find a way. You'll find a way. Something's going to happen. Unlock the door, turn the key, and go, I'm here, I'm arrived, I want to do this. Literally, energetically. You're not going to physically do it. Well, you can physically do it and pretend that you're just unlocking that door. But like maybe in a meditation or just sitting at the back with a cup of tea, you say, you just basically close your eyes and you go, I'm ready to unlock this magic within, the potential of me living this good life that I want to live. And I'm talking about yourself here. I'm not talking about things that happen to us or for us. I'm talking about you living your best life, your best version, how you can live it and how you can make the impact, because it all comes back to you. If you want to change your life, you have to change it. If you want to unlock this door, you have the ability to do it. And this card for all of September is telling us, all that are watching this video, including me, it's time to unlock your potential. Literally, the universe has got your back. And this is all about energy. And I'm feeling this like it is like spinning through me. There's something you've been craving for so long and you've held back yourself, whether it be money, like I said, whether it be fear, whether it be that you're worried what people are going to think. It doesn't matter. Unlock your full potential. Make that change. I just feel that's so strong. I'll put it there, right? I'm telling you, you need to do this. Like literally. It's not crazy. That's your third eye, right? So this is happening for a reason. I'm telling you this message for a reason. So this week's reading is, no, it's not a week. It is for the month. I've finally done the month reading. I've been saying to you for months that I'm going to do a monthly reading. And I don't know, it didn't happen. And I felt a real strong call. And look at this chest is just like beaming off me. I feel like this monthly energy for you is going to be better because you can almost like come back to this video and watch it again, because you could watch it this week, right? And then come back next week and you'll get some other message from it. And it might be that you love all the cards. Who knows? Like this whole reading for you today that I'm about to deliver to you could be that it is, it's for you. Like all these messages that come through for you next is for September. Or you might just choose one. But I'm telling you now, this energy is strong this month. There's something gonna change for you this month. So I hope you enjoy this month's reading, because I feel so excited because I finally get to bring a month reading to you, which I've been bloody saying for ages. But it's here. I've done it. You've got it. Okay, here's this little special message like I talked about in the beginning of the reading. All right. It's like a meditation type message, like where you go deep within and you are going to get these I'm going to guide you through this, right? So just bear with me because it's a little bit of a different spin. This is what it says. So it's April 16, so that might resonate with you, the month April, right? So if the month is a month, if you're born in April, or 16 is a really good number for you, this is even a stronger message for you. So everything is a sign. Every single thing is a sign, right? So guess what it says? You are not the worst person in the world. Sure, you made some bad judgment calls, taken some pretty foolish chances, and created some awful situations. But you give yourself too much credit. Others have done far worse. Oh, but you give yourself too much credit. I don't know what that, I thought that was back to front. What the heck? Okay, others have done far worse. Then there are those people who haven't done anything to anybody ever. They are quiet, go unnoticed. They have flawless characters and records. But you know what? They haven't done anything for themselves either. They are probably just as, if not more, miserable and confused as you. This is the beautiful book. Right? Think about it this way. The future will be what you make it today. Whether you are a doer or a non-doer, you must work on your future. If you've made a mess, clean it up. If you're afraid to take a chance, take one anyway. If you've done things that didn't work, do something else. For fuck's sake. Beep. If you've done nothing, do something. Right? Do something. If you've done nothing, it's time to do something with your life. Sorry, I just feel that really strongly. No, I'm not sorry. I want to tell you that. You need to know that message, right? Then it says, what you don't do can create the same regrets as the mistakes you make. I'm taking my glasses off. Did you hear that? Like seriously. It says, what you don't do can create the same regrets as the mistakes you make. Meaning, don't live with regret. If you don't give this a shot at your life, this one life you've got one chance in this lifetime you're in right now. So don't live with regret. No one wants to live with regret. Don't get to your 50, 60 or 30 if you're 20 or 40 if you're 30 and go, what the heck I'm not saying anything's ever too late, but you don't want to get to that part of your life, where you go, I wished I'd done that. I wished I would have did this. I wished I would have done that. Why did I let the fear swallow me up? Who cares? Just give it a freaking go. Give it a go. Be a doer, not a non-doer. This message is for you for September. I'm telling you now. in the long run, either you must happen to life or it will never happen for you. So it's up to you. Life is what you make it, and it's totally up to you. And I'm not here to coach you. I'm here to give you a message. I love giving messages. This message is for you. If you're here to the end watching this bonus book that I want to give you, this book is full of golden nuggets. This book has life saved me like you would not believe. It gives you raw and real and straight down the line answers, and it really cuts to the core, right? Life is what you make it. Be a doer, not a non-doer, and don't live with regret. That's a message for you for this month. Yeah. Yes.